Hello students, my name is Teacher Anne, and today we're going to learn about social studies. But let me start by defining what social studies is. Social studies is the study of humans in the environment, including their beliefs and culture, informing identity. It is the subject in basic education, which is an integrated discipline under social sciences that processes context and content. When we say context, it is the setting of an event, and content is the information or ideas contained in something that is created, represents, and written. Now, what is social science? Social science is a branch of science that focuses on human behavior and interaction towards environment and society, particularly social institutions like family, education, religion, economics, and politics. There are various disciplines in social science, and these are history, economics, linguistics, political science, geography, anthropology, psychology, and sociology. And one of these disciplines is what I'm going to discuss with you today for you to have a better understanding of the real world around us and to gain knowledge about the society we live in. So the topic that we're going to discuss is about anthropology. Does anyone know here the meaning of anthropology? Or do you have any idea about it? Take a look at this. If some of you are thinking about the evolution of human, then you are grasping the idea of what I am heading to for this topic. So let's start. Anthropology comes from the Greek words anthropos, means human or person, and logy means study. Anthropology is the study of human evolution and cultural development that has broad approach in understanding the many aspects of human experiences and culture in a society. When we say culture, it refers to traditions, norms, costumes, language, and beliefs. And society is the group of people who live in one community who are involved in social interactions. Do you know what to call for people who practice anthropology? Anthropologist, you are correct. The famous and known as the father of modern anthropology is Franz Boas. He is a German-American anthropologist and the founder of 4 fields in anthropology. And these are biological anthropology, archaeology, linguistic anthropology, and cultural anthropology. You may wonder, is it necessary to study these 4 fields of anthropology, and how important are these to all of us? Well, this approach encourages especially the researchers to take comprehensive data about facts, which gives us knowledge from all points of views to help us eliminate the incorrect assumptions about the aspects of humanity. Now let's proceed to study each of these fields. First is the biological anthropology, also known as the physical anthropology. This focuses on human evolution and it offers 3 distinct areas such as paleoanthropology, human genetics, and primatology, which makes it even more fascinating to study. Why? Because we can trace the evolution of our lineage through time in the fossil record. What is fossil? Fossil is the preserved remains of the organisms found in rocks of all ages, and they use it as the evidence of past life. One of the oldest fossils of human ancestor was found in Ethiopia, Africa in 1974. It was more than 3 million years old, and they named the specimen Lucy. Although this has caused a huge debate among the religious members of the society because of their beliefs, but we can say that this is one of the greatest achievements in the history of science. The biggest contributor of this study, and known as the father of evolution, is Charles Darwin. He explained that human beings and apes have a common ancestor. meaning they have similar features like limbs and hands. And through million years of evolutionary change, the scientists have found evidence of direct ancestral of human and verify the story of human evolution. Let's proceed to the next field of anthropology, which is also related to biological anthropology. And this is archaeology. Archaeology is the study of material culture of human in the past through excavation in an ancient site. Edward Drinker Cope was the famous archaeologist known for his theoretical contributions about mammalian origin. Now, what do you call a people who practice or study this field? An archaeologist. You may ask, is it the same job as a paleontologist? Well, in terms of digging, yes, they do, but they're quite different. Why? Paleontologists are the people who study different kinds of fossils like wood, shells, and bones, whereas archaeologists are the people who study specifically human remains and their history from the past. Paleontologists are the people who study dinosaurs, not archaeologists. The archaeological record consists of artifacts, architecture, sites, and cultural landscapes. These two archaeologists analyze the artifacts. The archaeologist must work with people from a wide variety of disciplines to help them find the answer about where we came from and who we are. The skills that required for the archaeologist are writing skills, investigative skills, critical thinking skills, photography skills, analytical skills, and teaching skills. Another field of anthropology is linguistic anthropology. Linguistic anthropology deals with how language influences social life and shape culture. Edward Sapir, who is a German-American anthropologist and former student of Franz Boas, was known for his greatest contribution in his classification of indigenous language of the Americans. There are three branches of linguistic anthropology, and these are: first, historical linguistics. It is the study of how language changes over time. For example, our ancestors said thee and thy, but now it became you and me. The next one is structural linguistics, or also known as descriptive linguistics. This is how language is constructed and the application of the rules of phonology, morphology, and syntax. Like in Filipino alphabet, which has NU letters but none in the English alphabet. The last is sociolinguistics. It is the study of how language is related to society and how this variety of language changes the group of people with different race, gender, status, and age. Like in the Philippines, we use po and opo to show respect to elders, but in America, the people don't use these words. The last field of anthropology is cultural anthropology. It is the study of human in a society and the development of culture from the past up to the present. Viewing one's culture from other allows us to understand the distinctive features and appreciate another culture through the concept of ethnocentrism and cultural relativism. When we say ethnocentrism, it is the understanding that one's own culture is superior from another. This gesture can create conflict between the members of society. Unlike cultural relativism, where one understands the uniqueness of another culture without judging it. It is important to study cultural anthropology as it provides a complete understanding of how people lived and practiced culture throughout history. It teaches us to be aware, sensitive, and responsive to different cultures, and transform our thoughts, feelings, and actions to be creative and resourceful to the community, both locally and globally. This is where civilization arises. Civilization is a transition from the cultures that includes system of government, religion, economics, arts, technology, and shelter. In the Philippines, the first civilization that has an established system was developed by the Malays. They had the local government called barangay, led by the datu. This barangay composed of families, relatives, leaders, and slaves. This civilization created an identity, beliefs, norms, tradition, and values for social and cultural development, which is considered an achievement because it shaped what our culture is and what we are today. Okay, class, this is the end of our lesson. I hope you learned something new from the topic that I discussed. Now it's time for our review. I'm going to show you the unscrambled letters here on the screen, and you will make a word out of it based on the definition I'm going to say. You can pause this video for you to understand more of it, and after that, if you cannot answer it, you can review and go back to the lesson. Okay, let's start. Number 1, he is the father of evolution, and he explained that human beings and apes have a common ancestor. Who is he? Charles Darwin. Did you get it right? Okay, let's move on to number 2. They are the people who study about human remains and their history from the past. Who are they? They are archaeologists. Number 3. This is the development that includes a system of government, economics, religion, arts, technology, and shelter. Civilization. Number 4. This is a branch of anthropology that deals with how language influences our social life and culture. What is it? Linguistic anthropology. And the last one, this is one of the disciplines in social sciences that focuses on human evolution and cultural development. And this is anthropology. Okay, class, this is the end of our review. I hope you got all the answers correct. Thank you for watching and listening. Have fun learning.